Hi there. I care and you matter. I'm Shannon and welcome to my channel and welcome to another stationery video. The other day I was at my local thrift store and I found a whole stack of these black and red notebooks. They're considered business notebooks and I loved it because of the size, and I loved it even more when I found out these are like anywhere from 10 to 12, sometimes even $15 each on Amazon. So I knew I hit the jackpot on this find. So I was very excited. I bought them up at like $1.99 a notebook. And I was so excited to use them because I loved the size and I loved the bright white paper inside. And it's really ultra smooth. However, I was not so enamored with these because as I flipped through and wrote and used up one of these notebooks, the micro perforations along the spine here was constantly ripping. And so there went my, love affair with the black and red notebooks. And so I was looking and thinking, what can I use? What can I replace for my brainstorming, for my YouTube video ideas, for when I'm working on book manuscripts? Because I can't be creative while staring at the computer. I have to work longhand first. I have to use pen and paper. And so, drum roll please, enter the humble composition notebook. And I'm trying these out for a number of reasons. 1, they're cheap. 2, they're easily accessible. 3, they're sewn binded here. They're never, my frustration with the black and red notebook with the micro perforations, I'm never going to encounter that with a composition notebook. Now, the only real downside to this for me, well, actually 2 downsides. It's hard for me to write on this side of the paper. Okay, fine, no problem. I will only write on the right side, which is actually kind of a benefit because then I can take notes, additional notes here on the left-hand side. Like, for example, when I use a certain idea or whatnot. The other downside to the composition notebook for me is the covers. They ain't great. They ain't pretty. However, I thought, you know what? When I finish a notebook, if I want to hold on to it, like if I use it for a commonplace book, or just a book of ideas that I want to keep for flipping through in the future, I could write the dates that I use the composition notebook for here, or general topics here on the spine, using a silver Sharpie pen, which I just ordered. Haven't received those yet. However, the other thing that the composition notebook has going for it is the size. It's a Goldilocks size for me. It's not too small, not too big. Fits easily in my writing bag. Now, this is the Mead composition notebook, and I think I bought a set of 10 of these on Amazon. I'll leave a link to these exact composition notebooks down below so you can see what I got. However, PSA, it is back to school time. In my opinion, the most wonderful time of the year. And I gotta tell you, I think I ended up paying about $2 for each composition notebook in that set from Amazon. Not a bad deal at all when you considering it's got, 100 sheets, 200 pages. Oh, and I love that I can get wide ruled very easily. That's my number one line spacing. I prefer legal, aka wide ruled. Not a fan of college or narrow. I like my visual breathing room and I like to write big. But I went to my local Office Depot, also Office Max in some areas of the country, and they are selling right now composition notebooks for 50 cents a piece. Let me tell you what, I stocked up. I bought a bunch because I don't want to have to buy more of these this year. And I was worried that the off-brand Office Depot / Office Max composition notebook would have a thinner cover, but it really doesn't. It's very, very comparable. And I actually prefer the look of this because it doesn't have the Mead or the brand advertising marked right on the cover. It is on the back. Office Depot right here. But it's not on the cover, and I really appreciated that. So, like I said, I stocked up. I also appreciate the rounded corners of most composition notebooks because these books are going to get banged up because I am going to use them and abuse them, which is another benefit. They're not pretty, so I don't feel compelled to, be precious with them. I can tear these up. So I was thinking, oh, I like to level up my writing. Is there any way I can make this even more appealing and exciting to use? And well, you know what? There is. So I got onto Etsy and I found a shop that actually makes book covers, custom book covers. And the only hard part about ordering these was measuring. I'm going to leave a link to this gal's Etsy shop down below. It's called the Blue Butterfly Creations, or Blue Butterfly CC. I'm going to leave, like I said, I'll leave a link to her Etsy shop down below. But she requires you to send pictures to show the exact measurements. For example, she wants the measurement height or lengthwise of the book. So I would take a picture of this to show her that. She wants a picture of the entire width with the book completely laid out flat. So I would send a picture of that. Actually, let's do it this way so you can see it better on camera. I'll send a picture of this, 15. And then she wants a picture of the width, which is, I'm going to be honest, is difficult to do on something like this. But I would put it at 1/4 of an inch, and I would send a picture of that. And when you send that, and I think each one of these cost me, okay, don't freak out, right? We all have our things. I paid $27 for each one of these, but I did not buy them all at the same time. So they come, I'm going to open one up here so you can see. They come in this little plastic envelope. And again, this is an investment. You don't have to do this. But writing is very much my hobby, and so I like to invest in my hobby. It's one form of self-care for me. And I'm going to take the yellow one out because I think it'll be easier to see on camera. But inside, it automatically comes with ribbon markers. You can ask that she leave those off. I'm actually going to cut these off. I don't care for them. I forgot to request no ribbons. But it's fabric, matching fabric inside, where you just slip the cover of your composition notebook in. And it's a pleather on the outside, and I just love it. And you can specify rounded or square corners. And I picked rounded, obviously, to match the rounded corners of my composition notebook. And so let me show you what it looks like. Here is one of the covers. This is my favorite. This color is called Marinara. It's kind of a reddish brown. I just love it. And it gives your composition notebook a very nice feel. It elevates it, and it gives it a little more stability. And you can see how it just slides right in there. And now it just elevates my composition notebook and makes it feel, much more like a journal. And I selected these 3 colors so that I can use them for different purposes. This red one is going to be for my brainstorming, just getting ideas down. And then one color is going to be for my manuscripts that I'm currently working on, jotting down ideas that have to do with the book or what direction I'm working on, or maybe a working table of contents. And then my next one is going to be, my other color is going to be for YouTube videos and content ideas or updates I need to do on my website or things of that nature. So I definitely don't want to have more than 3 notebooks going at any one time, but I wanted a way to be able to distinguish them quickly and easily by sight based on what I want to be working on at any given time. So yeah, that's what I'm currently trying out with my writing system right now. And yeah, that's the Humble Composition Notebook. And I don't care where you are in the country right now. I'm in the United States. But if you're watching this video, I'm shooting this video end of July. And it is back to school time. But what I love about this is you can stock up now, get things cheap, throw them in a box, and then not have to pay full price if you've gotten enough of a stash to get you through to the next back to school season. So no matter where you are, I mean, you can get composition notebooks with pretty poly covers. I just didn't want to go that way because I wanted something a little sturdier. But yeah, I'm pretty darn excited about trying this out. So if you are curious about, finding a new way to journal or a new way to brainstorm, I highly suggest heading out to your local Target or your local uh, office supply store and picking up a composition notebook or two for yourself and giving it a shot. We could try it together. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.